Don't listen to what people say. They don't know about you and me. Put it out your mind, cause it's jealousy. They don't know about us here. They don't know. You guys, stop telling your coworker, your mama, your sister, your cousin, your preacher, everybody and their mama about what's going on between you and your man and you guys' relationship. Y'all gonna learn. Not everybody is happy for you. Not everybody wants your relationship to thrive. Especially if they're not happy in their situation. Whether it be their own unhappy relationship or their lack of relationship. Misery loves company. We all know this. And, not everybody does it intentionally. That's my thing. Because we all look at it like, well, no, that's my friend. I could trust her. Or they wouldn't do this to me. They always keep it real with me. But you don't realize, like, some people do stuff without even realizing they're doing it. Like, they'll say things that are problematic or discouraging because of their unhappiness inside. They project. And also, people will project their own insecurities about relationships and their beliefs about how relationships should be onto you. So a deal breaker for somebody else might not be a deal breaker for you, but they might view it as, girl, he ain't no good, you need to get rid of him. And if you're so focused on what everybody else got to say and how everybody else feels about who you're with, you're going to let that get in your head and discourage you. I don't know why, but, we don't need anybody's approval on who we date. I don't know why we feel like, you meet somebody new and you tell your girls about them and you want them to all meet him and you ask, girl, what you think about him? How you feel? Like, what did you get from it? It don't matter really. It really don't matter what your girls think. It don't even really matter what your parents think. What do you think? Because you're the one that's going to be with him. Are you happy? If you're happy, that's all that should matter. And when y'all have arguments or any issues that arise in a relationship, you got to learn how to communicate with that person. You don't need advice from somebody else on how to handle a situation in your relationship. You shouldn't be relying on somebody else to tell you how to talk to him or to tell you if that's okay for a man to do. If you do that, you don't have a relationship with your man. You got a relationship with everybody else. That's all y'all's man, And you have to think about it like that. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting people's, not opinions, but like their perspective on things. Now, that's different. Say you want to vent and you're like, hey, I just want to tell you the story. I just want to make sure I'm not tripping, hold me accountable. That type of thing is cool. But at the end of the day, the decision should still be based off of your feelings. Because even with that, it's like, sometimes we will be like, am I tripping? I did such and such and it made me upset. And to somebody else, it might not be a big deal. And they might say, yeah, you overreacting. It wasn't that big of a deal. But if it's a big deal to you, then it's a big deal. And it's a conversation that needs to be had with your man. Even if you are overreacting, even if it is from a trigger that you have or, some other wound or insecurity that you have, you need to explore that, number one. Don't ask somebody else if you tripping. You ask yourself if you tripping. You know the answer. You know how you feel. You ask yourself, was that my insecurity talking? Did I get triggered by him and did I overreact and did I project my feelings onto him and blow up for no reason? You know the answer to that. You don't need nobody else to tell you. You know what you need to do. And then you have that conversation with him so he knows how to move forward. A lot of times we ask other people for stuff. We ask other people for advice. And we all have the answers within. We have the answers to all of our questions. We don't need anybody else to help us, especially in relationships. That's, in my opinion, from what I'm observing. Because y'all know I'm still in this single life. But from what I observe, that's the number one killer, communication. And too many people being involved. It's between y'all two, is all I'm trying to say. And you'll confuse yourself, That's the thing. Because something I struggle with, especially when I date, is I have a hard time, like, I have a hard time deciphering what's my intuition and what's an insecurity or a trigger. But the best way I've learned to decide the difference is like your intuition, you're going something that you know is gonna feel calm to you. You gotta pay attention to how you feel when that thought comes up. If you feel calm and you feel like, yeah, I'm sure about this, yes, I know this, and it's something that kind of just comes through with ease, that's usually your intuition. When you start going back and forth and analyzing, like, but no, because they do this, this, and this, and they did this last week, that's usually the insecurity and the triggers. And then you start feeling like that gut feeling, that sinking feeling, or your heart start beating fast, that's a trigger. You got to pay attention to your body. That's how you know the difference. You got to get to a point where, why do I feel like this just took a whole nother turn? But I'm going to roll with it. You got to, you have to learn how to go with your first thought instead of being so analytical and, letting your logic cloud that. And I think that's why we seek opinions from other people, because we get so confused. We can't trust ourselves. We don't know what's what. So we're like, let me give it to you. You figure it out for me. But no, we got to learn how to figure out our own issues and our own problems between us and our partner. But it starts with us. You figure out how you feel first, and then you communicate it to your partner. And that's how you handle stuff. Stop involving everybody. And the most important, and we all know this too, we all had experience. You gonna forgive them eventually. Your friends and your family, they won't. They gonna hold on to that. They gonna hold that grudge because they don't have no emotions in this. So they looking at it from the outside view. They looking at the issues and the problems, how you felt when you came to them crying. They don't know how you feel now that you've made up with him, because your feelings are involved. So you can move on from it, but they not. So it's like, then you get to a point where you scared to go back to tell them stuff, or whenever your man come around, they looking at him with the side eye, and then they still in your ear because they like, remember what he did? I know y'all happy now, but remember what he did back then? And you don't want that either. It's best to just keep everything to yourself, because everybody's going to have issues in their relationship, and not everybody's going to understand those issues, and not everybody's going to understand your decision to take them back. So why don't you eliminate all of that by not telling them in the first place? Then ain't nobody got to know. Ain't nobody got to feel like you stupid for going back after this happened. They won't even know about it. So you in the clear. In my opinion, that's just the best way to be, Stop being so reliant on other people and keep your issues between you and the person that you're sharing your life with. And that will eliminate a lot of confusion. And I feel like it builds trust. Because then your man know that whenever he does something, you're not going to just go and run and tell everybody. And that everybody's not going to know what's going on. Especially social media. Like, I feel like we're past that age, hopefully. But definitely, don't be posting memes and like shady posts on social media hinting at the fact that y'all having issues either. Because there's people watching. There's people who are tired of being single, and they hate to see happy couples, and they can't wait for your relationship not to work out so they can feel better about being alone. Yes, you back single just like me. See, don't give them the satisfaction, y'all. Don't. Then y'all got the nerve to be mad about other people and y'all's business. You put it out there. Again, that's our relationship. Stop doing it and you won't have them issues. Plain and simple.